I only knew Maree for a very short time. She was on the unit at St. Paul's for only 6 days. Despite being so near end of life, Maree had this brightness about her. She could barely move, but her foot would move to the rhythm. It was transporting her out of that hospital bed.
So nice to see you.
You too. Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah,
eh?
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
How have you been?
As good as I can be.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still weird because every now and then you want to call your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Mom, did you hear about this and this? And of course you can't. But I always have your memories of you with her, and you must see it all the time with all the families.
Yeah, but I mean, Maree was a special one.
My first day coming down was on a Monday morning, and I'm walking down the hallway and I can hear music, and it doesn't make any sense because why is there music here? And it's getting louder as I approach her room, and I walk in and there's Josh and his assistant playing music. No one could believe that such a thing could exist and it was something that could be so this beautiful. I wouldn't have known about this unless I saw it firsthand. So if more people can know that something like this exists, this can help your mother, your son, your daughter, whoever it is that's suffering, even though it's only for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes at a time, like those are images I'll never forget.
I'm at the hospice every Monday morning, and I have my list of patients that are here, and I view what I do as a music therapist, it's a great privilege for me, for people to welcome me in at the last kind of stage. Whether it's to help them fall asleep, release some tension from any anxieties they're having. It's like a blanket of sound almost for them. The concept of music therapy isn't new. They were using it in ancient Greece. Physicians or doctors would prescribe certain tones for certain ailments. I mean, at the first few times, I was rather skeptical of it because they're very much unconscious and non-responsive. However, I know it works because you go in and the breathing is apneic. There's like 45 seconds between breaths, or maybe the breath rate is quite rapid. And if I just do something simple like just kind of 2 chords back and forth, matching the in and the out, and slowly try and integrate the rhythm into it. And then, as evidenced by seeing their breathing entrained to me, and that's how I know they're hearing it. I'm just taking a look at some of the songs I've worked at with Eddie before, and just reminding myself what key works best, so I'm not having to fidget while I'm with him there. In the sunshine. He has some of his favorites. A lot of the time he leaves it up to me to play whatever, so I try and play the hits for him and then also incorporate some other songs. And hi, Eddie.
Hi.
How's your day going?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Thought we could play a few classics here and maybe end with your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been seeing Eddie U at St. John Hospice for a few months now. A lot of the time when I play, he'll close his eyes, he'll exhale deeply. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know. As our relationship developed and noticed, he would kind of hum along or mouth some of the words. 100 The work that music therapy can do for someone with dementia, Alzheimer's, you can't ignore it. And it also shows family, loved ones, friends, that person again, and reminds them of who they are. Thanks, Eddie. Amazing grace. The bread and butter of music therapy is the people and their stories. There's no patient I won't go and see if there's interest in music therapy or if I think they'll benefit. Even if I don't speak their language, all I have to do is show up with my guitar, flash a smile and say, "Can I play for you?" And that gets the point across pretty quickly. We can work together, we can find that common ground. It truly is that universal language. Was blind, but now I see. Thanks, Eddie.